Alrighty, looks like we are live. Just gonna wait for YouTube to go live on their end. But welcome in to another Tuesday. We're back to our regular scheduled evening here, Tuesday nights, here on Behind the Camera, and it is just me tonight, which is all good because honestly, the people I really need are you guys in the chat because we are going to be talking about Drift Masters and. I do like last year we watched every round and like I have a decent idea of a lot of the drivers and I've been trying to keep up with a lot of the new stuff that's been coming out the last couple of weeks. There's been a bunch of new cars that people are driving and team announcements, stuff like that. So we'll go over some of that today. One of the I'm gonna do my best to cover as much of that as I can. But I'm always, if you guys have, I guess, seen stuff or heard things, let me know in the chat. Always all ears, as some of the people over in Europe are going to know a little bit more than me when it comes to Drift Masters. But we are going to be doing another tier ranking / power ranking for Drift Masters. I think it'd be a lot of fun. We're not going to spend too much time, but it gives us a quick highlight of each driver, a little reminder of who's running the season. They also did, that reminds me, I need to find that. I have so many tabs open right now, guys. I think I have like 10 or 15 tabs open just in Instagram for different Instagram pages for people. So I can show you guys some of the updates that I at least do know about. But I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a fun stream. And we're going to be cooking. So without further ado, let's just get into the season rankings because I think this will be a good start, and then we'll hit in with the wild card drivers at the end, and then also Italy. Just talk quick. They dropped the track map today. Looks like a very fast track, so should be fun. What's up, Phil? SSGSS, man, that's a lot of S's. Me. Says Dean's RTR looks fire. Dude, I love that blue. I'm so bummed they moved away from the blue for his FD car because I love that color. And I'm so happy he stuck with it for Drift Masters. But yeah, so let's go ahead and switch this over. Boom. And yeah, since it's just me, I can just put myself in the corner here. Not a big deal. Just gonna Can we not? Did you? Okay, never mind. All right. Sorry, I was just trying some stuff. There it is. Okay. I'm not a Windows guy, and I always forget what keys do what. Right. So, Drift Masters rankings. I think this will be a lot of fun. I'm going to put what I can in basically the chat here so we can do like a little voting system, see where you guys want to put people. I mean, obviously, I'm going to have a final say on at least some of these guys. I know most of them. There are a couple new guys this year I don't know much about. And obviously, we'll go over them when we get to them. With that being sorry about that. Trying to get over this nice little lingering cough that I've had for a hot minute. But yeah, so should be good times. So the first guy that we can talk about, and I guess before we get into this, I'm going to let a couple more people roll in as we are just getting the show started. But with this season, they added the 7th round. I actually heard there was almost 8 rounds, according to Jacob. If you guys watched our stream with Jacob, oh man, this had been probably 2 months ago. He talked all about the new stuff that was coming out, and we almost had 8 rounds, which would have been crazy. But yep, so 7 rounds. Just a quick recap: we're doing Italy, which is a new track for Drift Masters, but I believe they drift it in their national series. We have Spain, which we did not drive. Did we drive Spain last year? I can't even remember now. Yes, we drove Spain. That was for round 1 last year. Was Spain, because Italy was supposed to be round 1. So driving Spain, and then it's Ireland, Finland, Germany, Poland. I think I got the order right. I should know this. I'm flying to most of them, so should be a good one. But yeah, like I said, just a quick explainer on how these rankings work. And we've done we've done this in the past. We did this for the FD drivers. I just didn't have like a tier rankings last time, and I totally I don't know why I haven't done this before, but this is so easy but a fun way to kind of represent what we talk about throughout the stream. So figured we'd do another one. And so just a quick explainer. This is for season rankings. This isn't rankings for Italy. And Italy, we'll talk about Italy towards the end of this stream and kind of give like our top 3 or something like that. Won't go too in depth with that, but so this is for season. So where do you guys think these drivers are going to be at the end of the season? And there's going to be some really interesting ones, especially with some of these guys. You know, they're rocking some new cars. One of the biggest differences that I've already seen with Drift Masters versus FD, we got a lot. Sorry. We got a lot of new chassis. Like a lot of new BMWs, a lot of new, just like newer vehicles. And I'm really curious to see how they do. Now, a lot of them are going to probably have, 2Js in them. I don't know all of the engines. I mean, obviously Marco Zagarola has like the 4-cylinder. That's really cool. Although not the most reliable thing. But yeah, so there's definitely I'm sorry guys. I don't know what it is. There's something in my throat right now. I need a drink. But yeah, so there's a lot of very interesting chassis. I'm very curious to see what they end up doing. And the first guy that we're going to talk about is Espen Road. I did check his Instagram. I didn't see anything new. So just a quick reminder, Espen Road, he drives I think it was last year, it was purple E46. And we'll go ahead and get the poll going. And on this one, I'll have to figure out what we can actually do with the poll. So we will, and I hit the wrong thing. I did Q&A. No, I don't want Q&A. I want a poll. All right. Yeah, like I said, Espen Road, he had a weird season last year. I think he DNF'd got 0 points at least in 2 of the rounds. And I didn't think he showed up for one of the rounds last year. And then ended up doing pretty decent. Like, I think it was 2 of the last 3 rounds. So kind of a literally in every sense of the word, a wild card when it comes to the season. I have no idea where to put him, honestly. He seems like a really good driver. The challenge is, can he do it for a full season, Because obviously last year was not a full season. I'm going to keep adding options here. I'm going to see how many total options we can get going. It's just 4. It's lame. Okay, so I got to figure out how I want to actually label this. I think we're going to go, what we'll do is what I'm thinking about doing, because I can only do 4 options for the poll. I think we're going to decide who number 1 is at the end of this. I think it'll be fun. And then you do 5 to 10. I'm going to do 10 to 20 range. I'm just wondering, can I get rid of I can. Okay, I can. We can follow this a little bit better then. Let's do that then. All right, we're going to adjust this tier list real quick so it better reflects what you guys are saying in the poll. Man, why is it only let me do 4? It sucks. Yeah, because there's 37 drivers, so I'm just figuring out how I want to do this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start this poll. I'm going to adjust our tiers just to kind of better tell the poll. So we got, so we'll do 1, 2 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20. That's what we'll do here. And then we can get more finicky. We got 20 to 30. Because it'd be like 20 to 37, which I don't know how I feel about that. It's a big tier. I'd like to do one more, but just to make things easier on ourselves for the polls, and that way you guys can be a little bit more accurate. That was the challenge, right? Like yesterday, I was compromising, or not, on Thursday when we did this. I had to really compromise where I was thinking where I was kind of thinking you guys were putting things, because I could only do the 4, and we had, I think, 6 groups or whatever it is. So kind of had to base it off that. But yeah, no, Espen Road is like I said, he's the definition of a wild card to me. And ended up finishing, let me check, 23rd last year. Now, do you guys think he's going above the 23rd I guess scenario, or do you guys think he's or do you think he stays below 20? And I would say, and here's the thing with Espen Road, right? He had 3 of the 6 rounds he got 0 points. So let's say he gets points out of 5 of the 6 rounds. I could see him going above 20 pretty easily. So these are not just, Vision. This is not liveries. We're power rankings. Power ranking where we think these drivers are going to finish at the end of the year. And the reason we're not doing liveries is, well, one, we don't know the liveries of these guys' cars, or at least some of them. We know some of the liveries, we don't know all of them. So it's we'll do that probably after round 2 at some point, because the week after Italy, we have FD Atlanta, and then literally I think the week after that is Spain. So there's just no time, because we're basically going from event to event to event. So I'd rather do the liveries during a week that we don't have an event that weekend. So that's kind of the goal with that and whatnot. And I guess for me, like I said, the real question is it 10 to 20 or is it 20 plus for Espen Road? And that's kind of where I kind of have him. Like I said, good driver. Had flashes in the pan, but I'm very interested to see what he does this year, because from what I've seen, I think he's running the same car as last year as well, the E46, which, best chassis and drifting possibly, but yeah, chats, you guys are saying 20 plus. I'm looking at the rankings right now, and I see a couple guys that I'd probably put ahead of him that I think had bad seasons last year. I'm looking at like a Churba. Where did McKeever? McKeever's 20th. Okay. Yeah, so you'd have to pass up some pretty good guys. I mean, to me, I kind of have him right at 20. It's right in the edge, right in the edge of 20 to 30, and then the 10 to 20 range. But chat, you guys are kind of making this, kind of pushing me towards the 20-30 side. So we'll put Espen Road in 20 to 30. again, and we'll get some more as more people jump in. We'll get some more votes going, and we'll have some a little bit more accurate, I think, um, things or accurate ratings going on here. But glad we got that one started at least. Harry Kerr, I'm super excited to talk about this one. Where do you guys think Harry Kerr is finishing? And before you vote, you might want to see, if you don't know his new news, you might want to wait to vote until I show you. I mean, it's not like super new, but if you aren't following him, you might not know about it. So I would wait for judgment. But I'm just quick filling out the poll here. So just do 20 plus. That just start poll. All right, there we go. Got the poll rolling for Harry Kerr. All right. I gotta find which Instagram page is it. So I gotta look for it real quick. Here it is. All right, here we go. This is what Harry Kerr will be driving this year. An F22 BMW instead of his E46, which I thought he ripped in the E46. So now I also thought he was one of the best wild cards that we'd seen. He might be a guy that I could see going for rookie for the year, which depending on how good the rookies are, or depending on how good you feel the rookies are, could be pretty high. He might be like a dark horse for me for cracking the top 10. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. The challenge is now I don't want top 10. Here's the problem, right? It's the age old it's the age old argument. How are they going to do in a new car, right? Obviously, E46 proven chassis. Everyone knows how to build those. F22 newer car. Obviously looks sick, but how is it going to be better than his E46? Is he going to drive it better than the E46? And that's the big question, right? It looks real good. Shout out Strong Wheels. That is a sick car. But is it going to hold up to everything and do all that? So very curious your guys' thoughts on Harry Kerr. Because for me, if he was in the E46 and they just upped the power on the E46, and I think just kind of, because I know it wasn't like the nicest build, and I think they could, if they would have just upped the quality of the build a little bit, but he stayed in that chassis, I might even put him in my like dark horse 5 to 10 range, because I really like his driving. I think his incredible driving when I saw him at Irwindale, not Irwindale, gosh, cheese oh Pete's not Irwindale, Ireland. When I saw him in Mondello, dude was a ripper. But for me, and I kind of agree with the chat here, 10 to 20, I can see that. He's 10 to 20 totally makes sense though. I'm pretty high on him, and it seems like a lot of you guys are too. How do you guys think he's going to do in the F22 this year? And I'm actually curious if chat, you guys know, has he had a lot of practice in this car? Or is this a brand new car and it kind of just gonna send it this year? I mean, I'm sure he's had some practice in it, but is this like a brand new car for this year, I guess is the question. And so let's go ahead and let's just exit out of this. Gonna go ahead and end the poll here. You guys are saying 10 to 20. I agree. I think 10 to 20 is very reasonable. I think that's very good for a rookie. I think he'd be proud of that. Wouldn't be surprised to see him in like 15th. It's kind of where I think I would put him. Again, I think it's pretty high for a rookie. So definitely a guy I'm very excited for. Next up, we got George Christoforou. And I haven't checked his Instagram, but I haven't heard that he's doing something different this year. And if he is doing something different, please let me know. Dude's got a crazy name, dude. I'm definitely spelling your name wrong. Christoforou. I mean, at least it's not hard to pronounce. Like, it's not like it's spelled out. It sounds. But and just for context, if you guys didn't know, George Christoforou finished 38 last year. Qualified once. So, do you guys think he's going to be doing better? Do you think he hits the 10 to 20 range, or is it going to be another 20 plus season for him? That is, for me, I think that's the logical question to ask here. 5 to 10. Sorry, I got to make this poll. 20 plus. There it is. All right, poll's going out. And go over here. I'll quick look up the old Instagram. See if it says anything new on him. If I can find him. Oh, there he is. Yeah. It looks like he's running the same car from the looks of it, the 1 Series. Yeah. Definitely looks like he's running the 1 Series. Curious your guys' thoughts, but chat's definitely feeling 20 plus, which, understandable. I think that's where I'm going to have him is at the 20 plus range, and kind of go from there. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and throw him in 20 plus and keep her moving. All right. Moving into our next driver, Ita Sade. And I believe he did really well last year, didn't he? Let me check. Well, he used to have yeah, that's right. He had a really good start and then kind of faded. Ended up getting 14th last year. In the season, he has, I want to say it's an E46 BMW, but it's got a different body on it, if I'm not mistaken. But regardless, he's a solid driver, relatively consistent. I mean, he qualified, I think, every round, it looked like, which in and of itself in Drift Masters is a big deal. All right, so let's go ahead and do 1 to 5, 5 to 10. Cool. All right, got that poll going. So yeah, like I said, 14th last year. Does he stay the same, improve, do better? I mean, for me, like, he showed flashes of brilliance, I think, his rookie season, which was, I think, 2 years ago. Might have been 3 years ago. I remember him kind of like feeling like he was popping off, and then I think he must have had a season after that where it was kind of and then like last year he started off super hot in Spain and then kind of fell off. So I don't know if he's just kind of, stuck in that mid pack or if he's going to improve. For me, I'd probably, I think I peg him right at 14th, honestly, for me. I don't know if he's going to have that insane start that he had last year, but I think he's going to have he's going to be a little bit more consistent. But I think he'll still end up in the like probably 10 to 14 range. If I had to guess, that's kind of where I'm pegging him. Looks like chat's definitely agreeing with the 10 to 20 range, which I can see. Probably put him over Harry, just based on experience. I mean, he's driven most of these tracks, I think. Obviously, the only new Drift Masters track is the Italy one. But like I said, some of those guys have probably driven that track before. So we'll go ahead and end that one. And kind of like what I was thinking, put him right there. Next one. Oh, this will be a fun one. Jack Shanahan. Will it ever be Jack's year? That is the question. Will it ever be the year for Jack Shanahan? You know, I don't know. Don't know. I mean, obviously did really well in the BMW. No, you don't think so, King Dead Man? You don't? No faith in Jack Shanahan, huh? Jack is tired as usual. Well, finished third last year. Is he dropping out of the top 5? I guess that's my first question. So did he have a really good season last year, or is that kind of where he's supposed to be? He said he's testing different things on the car. Well, I mean, I feel like they're always going to be testing different things on the car, and when they say that, I mean, obviously they're going to try things, but if it doesn't work, they're just going to go back to the old setup. So you kind of got to remember when they're a lot of times. Now, if it's like a new part, then that's a little different. But when you're talking about like new setup and stuff, they can always go back to the original setup. So it's only going to help him because, like I said, he can just go back to his old setup if he wants to, which got him third overall in the championship, which is pretty dang good. You guys are having him in the 1 to 5 range. I'm going to tend to agree, honestly. I would never have him in 1 to 5 in FD, even though he did really good round 1. But I think in Drift Masters it just kind of fits the Shanahans a lot better. And yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna have him in the top 5. I think he's gonna be like a 5th place though. I think he's like number 5 for me. Just kind of looking over things, but I don't know. We'll kind of have to feel it out for the year. But all right, you guys are saying 1 to 5. I agree. 1 to 5 for Jack Shanahan. I don't think he's number 1 though. Next one, another interesting one. Jakob Kroll. Where did he finish last year? 21st. Yeah, not a great year for Jakob Kroll. Because I feel like he's done better than that in the past. So I'm very curious to see where you guys put him. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen any updates from him. But I haven't checked his Instagram in a minute. So if you know if he's doing anything different other than his, I think it's an S4 is it an S15 he drives, or is it an S14.9? I can't remember. But yeah, he's Usually a very consistent driver. I mean, he qualified all of last year. But he hasn't gone over that hump, you know. So Jakob Kroll, 16-16. So on 32, on 32, on 16. So he looks like he did really good in qualifying one of the rounds, and then 2 16s and then 3 32s is what it looks like to me. So you guys are saying 10 to 20. So that would be an improvement. I will say 10 to 20 will be an improvement for this year, which I do think is going to happen. I think 10 to 20 makes a lot of sense for Jakob Kroll. That's for sure. So I feel like this is a pretty easy one. Oh, it says literally on it, Nissan S14.9. So that makes sense. What's up, Nick? You got any thoughts for me? Actually, real quick. Hey, Nick, check your Instagram real quick. Real quick. I'm doing something real quick, chat. No, go back. All right, there we go. Boom. All right, we'll see. It's up to him. All right, back to what we're doing. Jakob Kroll. You guys are feeling 10 to 20. I feel it. I agree. We'll go 10 to 20. I think I'm going to put him behind Itay Sadeh. I can't. I'm sorry. Sorry, Itay. I can't pronounce your name. But I'm going to put him behind him and Harry. I think Harry's going to have the jump on him just a little bit. Jakub Przyszkonski. What a last name. I'm not spelling your last name, buddy. So people are just gonna have to figure it out. Jakub P. The other Red Bull. It's a GR86, right? I think it's a GR86. They're very hard to tell the difference between the GT and the GR. Yeah, 5 to 10. 10 to 20. Yeah, GR86. All right, I got it right. Yeah, Connors has got the GT. Which I don't think Europe never got the Scion FRS, did you guys? I don't think you guys ever got that. Did you guys? Does Europe get Subaru BRZs? Actually, I'm curious about that. Did Europe get the Subaru BRZ? And just for reference, Jakub Przyszkonski got 17th last year. Yeah. Is it bad to say that's kind of where I feel like he's going to be this year? I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It might be kind of a bad year for him too. But I think it'd be hard to crack him out of the 10 to 20 range. Personally. But that's just me. I think also Jakob. Might as well check the old Instagram. See if there's any updates. Also another guy I haven't checked recently. He does a lot of cool stuff. That's right. He did the video, I think with Manoa. The car looks sick this year. Let me. I assume he's running this in Drift Masters. Yep. Okay. So let me bring this out. Yeah, check this thing out, guys. This thing is sick. Yeah. Yeah, he drives a cool car. So I am curious to see how he does this year. I don't think he's making out of the 10 to 20 range. And chat, you also agree. So I guess the question is, do I put him? I guess the question is, do I put him in front of these guys? And I think I'm gonna put him in between Itai and Harry. Can we do this easily or no? You're gonna make me do it this way, aren't you? Well, that's annoying. Okay. What's also bummer is they don't actually show the whole thing. But at least you got the names. That's the most important thing. If it was just the drivers, then it'd be kind of hard. But if you got the names, then I think that would work out pretty decent. All right, let's go ahead and end this poll. And let's check out the next one. Yeah, Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean. I literally almost just wrote Jimmy Dean. That's funny. James Dean. Oh, we got a friend.
Hello.
Hello, friend.
Howdy.
Welcome. I know you're also a nerd that watches this, so I was like, oh
Yeah. There's a lot of new cars this year.
dude, there's so many. I was kind of, I think like I talked about Harry Kurz when I brought up Harry, the F-22 that he's driving this year.
Yeah.
Thing is sick. Also, I'm a little worried though.
Yeah, there's a lot of non E46 E46s, and they all look sick.
Are they all E46s?
A lot of them are.
Really?
I know Churba's isn't.
Churba's is was that F87 or whatever the fuck?
G42.
Oh. G4. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know what the acronyms are for the new ones.
I only know that that's the chassis code because I saw his post earlier.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to him. Yeah, I just put up Jimmy Dean. Jimmy Dean. Loki, I'm gonna have a little spoiler alert. I think this is his year to lose.
Yeah.
Every second year with a new car, he does amazing. So I think this is his year to lose. But I'm always open to some naysayers. Where did he end up finishing last year? Let me check.
I want to say he was 5th.
Yep, he got 5th last year. I think it's the worst I've seen him finish in a series in a very long time. I don't know if I can remember a time that he finished worse than 5th in a series, because even his bad year with the Mustang, he was still top 5, if I remember correctly. But
yeah, his first year in RTR, I'm pretty sure he still ended up 4th.
Yeah, so pretty cool.
That man can drive anything. I'm trying to pull up the grid list to see, because I know there's some people that drove last year that aren't, but I don't remember who is.
I can send you that, I think.
I just found it.
Okay.
On their Instagram.
Yeah, so I'm going over the 37 seasoned drivers because that's like makes sense. I'm not including the wild cards, at least for. I'll talk a little bit about Italy at the end of the event or at the end of the show, but just kind of doing some fun rankings for the year. I think it'd be a good time, and I am very curious to see what some of the people feel. Like people were pretty high on Harry already for 10 to 20 range.
Yeah.
I was a little bummed. I was trying to get one more section, but I can only do 4 for the poll, and I would really like to split up that 10 to 20, but is what it is.
Yeah.
There's a contrarian in chat already voting Dean at 20 plus. That's great.
That's an interesting take.
All right. DCS says he may have issues with tire consumption. You are actually correct. If you guys watched his video when he was driving with Simon, the Mustang uses more tire than the S chassis, which was interesting. But usually they're pretty good at making tires last.
Yeah, I mean
Drift Masters.
That's also stuff you can control with setup and wheel speed and everything.
Yeah,
it's trying to find that balance though, of like enough grip to not be slow, but not all the wheel speed in the world to where you're just roasting tires on the first lap.
Yeah, no, I think I think he will be just fine. But yeah, I mean, like, this is his second year, so you should have all that data by now on what the Mustang likes. I'm sure he changed a bunch, but yeah, I am actually very curious to see how the car drives, because there were a couple rounds where he wasn't very happy with how, like, they were just fighting things and trying to find issues and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how his car does with the those Samsonis shocks versus his, what was it, on BCs before too?
Yeah.
Because I think what he did, that pulled a bunch of weight out and went rear mount radiator to control intake temps.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be interesting. Yeah, like you said, that's quite a few changes. All right, my favorite car in the series, Jarkko Yula. I feel like I feel like he like I said, it's one of my favorite cars in the series, but I feel like if he wasn't driving this car, I wonder where he would place, because the dude is a ripper.
Yeah, left-hand drive chaser is pretty sick.
Yeah, and like even like the wrap, I feel like is sick, and the colors and the wheels. Just a baller car. Although I will say his name is very hard to spell. Does not pronounce at all like what it says.
Yeah.
Good old Finnish.
Gonna brush up on some Finnish there.
Dude. Some of these names, I'm just a dumb American. I can't pronounce any of this stuff.
That's one of those, like, I feel like the only way to say it right is with an accent, but then you feel like it's wrong to say it with an accent.
Right. It's like I can't imitate you properly. I just sound like a dum-dum. But yeah, I'm always curious what guys like that, if they drove an S chassis, how much easier their life would be.
Yeah.
Because he finished 15th last year. Like, he had a pretty good season. Run round, looks like he made top 8. Had a couple top 16s, qualified every round. So the question is, is he going to improve off that 15th? I feel like that's like kind of where he's at. And I don't see an improvement on the 15th overall.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Because Jarkko, as we've seen, he can put down a heck of a lead run. and usually a pretty solid chase. But I feel like with that chassis, it's so hard to be nimble enough to put the car where it needs to be and fast enough that it's somewhat, it's just that extra challenge. But also, you tell me, is it easier to chase long wheelbase cars like that with like sedans and stuff like that, or is it harder?
The toughest thing with like following a JZX or a Chaser or something like that is the overhang. Like, because at the end of the day, they're still the same wheelbase as an E46
That's
or
right.
a Mustang.
Okay, yeah.
But similar to the Mustangs, they have just like 3 to 4 feet of overhang.
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is transition timing behind something that big.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm trying to not rip the front of your car off on the back of their car and making it your fault.
Full sedan is not the problem. Conta 1 FDJ on it. I mean, yeah, but it's also FDJ. It's a little different than Drift Masters, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, Vision says FDJ tracks are very different. I agree. I mean, for me it's just, I don't know. You say what you will, but I don't think Japan's caliper or that series of drivers is the same caliper as a Drift Masters or an FD like North America. So
I feel like FDJ is kind of in that like 2013-ish FD US, where like
they got some good
tandems. It's a big spread throughout the whole field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the top of the top are still really good, but like you said, you have to get to like top 16 to get some good battles, basically, is what we're kind of still
unless there's some issue or something with somebody during qualifying, and then you all of a sudden have two heavy hitters in 32.
Absolutely.
But it's not super common over there for that.
Yeah. Shout out Vision M Auto. Thanks for the 10. Also contributing to the pizza fund for the boys. Big shout out from Texas. Dude, I wish we went back to Texas. I miss Texas.
Texas was great. I need to make it back out there.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite rounds. just from the chaos that would happen there.
Yeah, I've driven TMS a ton of times, but like never got to run the FD layout. One year in Lone Star, we were going to, like for the last round, because the track staff of TMS were like, "Oh, we have the safety equipment and barriers and everything set up to do the FD layout." And Leslie was like, "Yeah, I guess we're gonna run it." And then, like an hour before practice started, it was like, "Oh yeah, never mind, we're gonna do our normal layout."
Oh, okay. Oh well.
Yeah, I think they had to move some tire walls and some other stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah. Would you put Yarkagula ahead of Harry Kerr?
That's tough to say.
I'm just kind of trying to put somewhat of an order in here.
I think that's a safe place to leave it for now.
All right. We have the Frenchman, Jason Benet. I don't even know why they put a T in that name. You just don't use it.
There's so many letters in French that just don't get pronounced.
Just why are they there?
Yeah. It's always funny hearing like the F1 announcers saying all the French names. And then so like I know Charles Leclerc isn't French. I know he's Monegasque, but they speak French, but
right.
With whenever they're announcing him, they'll always say it and pronounce it like they're speaking French, even though they're speaking English. And then whenever Charles does interviews in English, he'll say his name and pronounce all the letters.
Oh man, he knows. He's like, yeah. So Jason Benet is a fun one. He's like one of those guys that I feel like he reminds me of like a Castro over in FD, where like he'll pull a chase run out of nowhere and like be really good, but like Although Castro's gotten a lot more consistent over the last year or so than he used to be. But you get what I'm kind of saying. He did finish outside the top 20 last year. He finished 22nd. He did qualify. No, he qualified 6 of the 7 rounds. No, they only did 6 rounds. So 5 of the 6 rounds. 216, 36. No, sorry. Yeah, 216. No, sorry. 3 16s and then 2 32 outs. Yeah, I remember when he was a rookie coming into Drift Masters. He was a guy I was pretty excited about, thinking he might be a guy to start moving up the ranks. But he didn't really do that last year, so I'm curious. The chat's need some more votes in the chat before we kind of make a decision on it. But I have him probably going up into that 10 to 20 range. I think 22 is a little low for him.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that.
And he's in a GT86, right? That's not a GR86.
Yeah, one of the first Burrs.
Yeah. Let me quick look at his
the 86 first Burrs.
Yeah. I'm just gonna verify that it looks like it's the same car. Yeah, it looks like it's the same car. Of course, I can't read French, so I don't know. I assume this means Drift Masters. But yeah, looks like he's running the same car this year, which in the grand scheme of things is generally a good idea for drivers, I feel like. But chat's saying 10 to 20 as well, so I'm agreeing. I think I'm going to put him 10 to 20. Would you put him ahead or behind Jakob Kroll?
Probably behind. I haven't seen too much of his driving.
Kroll's or Benet's?
Benet's.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen 1 or 2 of his battles.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to agree. Now, Juha Pointelasco, or however you say that name. I'm just saying Juha P because I'm not spelling that last name. I'm going to ask him one of these days, do you spell your name out whenever you have to write your name out, or do you just kind of do a nickname? Because, brother, it's a lot of letters.
Yeah, and the dots above the letters, too.
Mm-hmm. Got a little bit of everything going on.
What's he in this year?
I assume it's the E92.
Yeah.
And once I get the chat, or once I get the poll up, I will quick check what he ended up finishing last year. 19th. He just seems like another solid driver. He'll pull out something every once in a while. Good qualifier too, from what it looks like. He's gotten some points in qualifying last year. Had a couple. It looks like he had a DNF. Nope, sorry, that is Dwayne McKeever that I'm looking at. He has 50 points from round 4. I forget which round that is. From last year. Would have been round 3 actually. But I
trying to remember which
lot of 13 outs. 32 outs, sorry. A lot of 32 outs. Had 1 good round and then a 16 out. So he's a consistent driver, but again, I don't think I see him cracking a top 10. This is where I would like to do a 10 to 20 range, or 10 to 15 and a 15 to 20, because I'd be curious to see where a lot of these people put some of these guys.
Yeah, it'll be funny if we fill 10 to 20 and then we have more people going 10 to 20.
Oh, we probably will. I can probably guarantee you, like, I think the biggest group is definitely going to be 10 to 20. But we'll see. I don't know. I mean, technically 10 to 23.7 should have the most, but we will see. It just kind of is to give an idea of where people are feeling the drivers are going to be at for the season. But all
Yeah,
right,
his car looks sick for this year.
does it look different from last year?
It's black, white, and red.
Okay.
I think that's his car.
What language is it in?
It's definitely in Finnish.
Nice.
Yeah, because he's got his personal, and then he's got the team Instagram.
Yeah. Very nice. All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this one. We're gonna keep it moving because I got to. Where's Yuha? Point to let's go. I'm probably just gonna put him in front of Jakob Kroll. I think that's where I'm gonna toss him. All right, Juha Rintanen, Mr. Consistent. I feel like he's a very consistent driver.
Yeah, he's pretty good, and I think he's still in the same car.
Yeah, it was the newer I think he was building another GR86 last year. So it's probably the new GR86. But yeah, same car.
Yeah, that's
always
the case. I think it'll be good.
Yeah, always very fast. I think last year he had kind of a down year for him. So we'll see if people think he's going to be cracking the top 10 because I don't think he finished inside the top 10 last year.
I think he will. I don't know.
Let's see, where did he finish?
I don't know if he'll
16th. Finished 16th last year.
Yeah, and that was a rougher year for him.
Yeah, he had 32 outs, which usually he doesn't get knocked down in 32, I feel like.
Yeah, because there were a few years there where he was top 5 consistently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I definitely am feeling a top 10 on this one. Finally get someone in the top 10 section.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I'm going to be pretty quick with these chat because it's already an hour in and we still got a bunch of people to get through. So I was trying to do a quick stream tonight and that didn't happen. So, but it happens. All right, we're going to go ahead and end that one off. I agree. Let's go and toss you 5 to 10. Juha doing the same thing as last year. I agree. Kareem Hani. All right, new guy. I'm going to go do the poll. But I think I saw he is driving for a team this year. No. That's someone else. Actually, I don't. I did look him up. I'm trying to remember which profile I looked at, though. Because there's a couple, like one of the new guys drives for a team. I think Karim drives a new BMW.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it's actually a new BMW or if it's really an E46.
It really is a popular thing over there, isn't it?
It's an E46.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a rebodied E46. I think it is. If I go back on previous posts, the rear window shape. But going back on previous posts, his car was an E46. So let me look through and see if the gas cap is in the same exact spot, because that would give it away.
Yeah, I mean it looks sick. What does it say on his Yeah, it says E46 on his card.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks really good. Like the body kit and the livery and everything looks good.
Yeah, I assume Middle East guy.
Yeah, I think
Middle Eastern guy.
Yeah, I think he's Egyptian.
Okay.
EGY on Driftmaster's website.
Gotcha. Very, very cool looking car, though. I like it. And, since it's an E46, it's a good car. So,
Yeah, big power JZ and an E46 tends to go pretty well together.
I know, yeah. So, I'm curious. I'm curious if he can crack into the top 20. Because it's always the challenge, right? When you get a guy from, like, not Europe jumping in.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always a challenge their rookie season to kind of adjust to how Drift Masters drives and how they do things.
Yeah, and just how crazy the tandem is right off the rip.
Yeah,
Like,
and I don't think he was a wild card last year. I don't remember him being a wild card at least.
I don't think so.
So, very curious to kind of see where he would even go. Like, for me, it's just hard, especially if unless you're like a Manoa or something. Like, I feel like it's hard to get outside of a top 20 or inside a top 20 for any major series, whether it's FD or Drift Masters.
Yeah,
Right off the rip of rookie season.
Yeah, there's always a learning curve for sure. It's just how quickly can you adapt to that. Like, just looking through some of his Instagram clips just to look at his driving. He looks good. But
he's got budget. That's for sure.
That's one of the most important things. If you got budget, you can solve everything else.
Yeah, he's doing some cool stuff. No, very cool car, but yeah, and I'm just gonna put him in 10, 20 plus for right now, until I see differently. But that's just partially because I don't know him. So
yeah.
And, the people that voted also would agree with that. Next, we got Kevin Pisconti. I'm just gonna stop now.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. He's in not just a new car, but I'm pretty sure he switched to JZ also.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the, big blower LS boys, and he left.
Apparently, he doesn't like torque. He's like, nah, I don't need that.
It's like, I want better noises.
Yeah, I'll have to pull up his socials here after that because I didn't know that he had switched it. But yeah, it says GR86. Yeah, we have 10 to 20. 20 plus.
Oh, that's a big old turbo on that 2J. She posted this clip 2 weeks ago, and the thing looks really fast.
Well, you gotta remember they're all gonna be fast.
Yeah. Yeah. No tread wear limits opens up a lot of doors for stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, so it's this thing, right? It's the 2J car. Okay. I wonder why he's making the switch. Because yeah, I mean, like, he was good in the E92.
I want to say I saw a clip of him on a podcast or something saying his E92 was built for before the 160 tires, and it was a bit heavier and
yeah,
like lazier on transition. I mean, just big car things.
Yeah. I mean, he did. I'm surprised he finished 24th last year. That's really low for him. I would not be surprised to see him in the 10 to 20 range.
No, not at all. He's definitely one of the guys.
He's one of the more solid drivers.
Yeah.
When he qualified every round, he just got knocked out in 16 or 32. Sorry, most of the time. Huh. Yeah, very curious to see how he does in a new chassis. But definitely a guy I feel like rough year last year, 10 to 20 is kind of where I'm feeling. But
yeah, is on Driftmaster's website. It says his best standing was 7th in 2024.
yeah, because I remember him having a good year.
Yeah, 23 he was 10th, 24 he was 7th, and then last year he was 24th.
Yeah. Yeah, rough season. So, yeah, we're going to put him 10 to 20. Curious where on the list of the 10 to 20s do you think he would go?
I think if he gels well with that car, I could see him in the higher end of that 10 to 20 for sure.
Yeah, I could see him ahead of like Harry. Oh yeah, messed it all up. Sick. It's a bit annoying. All right, we'll go with that. Kevin Pisser in the M2 G87.
Another rebodied E46.
Yeah,
He was F22 body last year, and now he's G87 body. Car looks sick, and if it's still the same car underneath, then it's gonna be fast.
it is. It is interesting. I didn't realize that they were all rebodied, or a lot of them were.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been nerding out on it and just looking at stuff like, oh wow, they're making a kit like that. I remember somebody did it probably 3 or 4 years ago where they rebodied an E46 to an F22, but it was like a super rare thing. Like it was only, I want to say it was in Denmark where I saw that.
That's crazy. Yeah, now it's like an actual thing.
Yeah.
He finished 6th overall last year. I think that's a bit high for him, but he is a good driver.
Looking at Driftmaster's website, 23 was 7th, 24 was 6th, 25 was 6th.
Dang.
So
consistent.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's
top 10 again.
Like, yeah, top 10 for sure. But
no, that's you make a good point. He's a good driver. He's, I don't know if 6. I just feel like he's just one of those names that's not super big, but he's placed really high in some of these events, and for sure, like his car, like you were saying, is sick. I think I have his Instagram pulled up, or I did. Yes, I do. Yeah, check this thing out. It is pretty wild looking. And like his car, I feel like, and this is the weird thing, like featuring an all new G87 M2 body kit. Yes, so it's a body kit.
Yeah,
gotcha. But it's still the E46.
Big trailing arm guy. Gotta love it.
Dude, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks really good. And it's
and I'm not a big blue and yellow guy, but he makes it work with the white wheels. I dig the car. Exposed carbon on the hood. Hell yeah, dude. Strong wheels.
Yeah, looks good. Yeah, I think top 10 for sure.
Yeah, we'll go with top 10. I think chat's also agreeing on this one, so we'll go ahead or behind Yuha. I'm gonna go with ahead.
Yeah, I think ahead.
All right. Here's I think this guy, he was a wild card, if I'm not mistaken, at least one of the rounds, if not multiple. Konstantin Shurenko. Oh, I'm gonna have to spell that, aren't I? Jeez, it beats. And it doesn't even like spell it with the right first letter. He spells it with a K. I'm like, why is that not a C? Konstantin. I'm gonna spell this.
Okay, he's part of the Trinity team.
Yeah, he's a Trinity guy. So you know he's gonna be solid. Does he get out of the top 20? That is, I feel like, the question that should be answered.
That
I butchered the crap out of that name. Dude, why do you have an H and then a C and then another H? What the hell? Who spells these things?
Eastern Europe.
Dude.
Putting non-pronounced consonants in the middle of words.
Dude, what is this? It is what it is. All right. Yep, Trinity guy drives this is a GT86, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I think he drove Poland last year. I don't think he qualified. I can check. I feel like this is a 20-plus guy, though.
Yeah, I think it'd be tough to say for sure.
Oh, and if he's not on the list, then it means he got 0 points. And I don't see him on the list. Yep, so he didn't qualify. Yeah, I'm going to go with I think this one's pretty simple until I see otherwise. I'm going to go with 20-plus on this guy. And keep her moving. Just because I got to keep it moving. Lori Heinonen. A fun one. Had a bad year last year.
Yeah, he had a bunch of mechanical issues last year.
At 7th overall.
I think top 5 still.
Yeah.
But I don't know for one.
Yeah, I have him in my top 5. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, still same car.
Yeah. Is it chopped up or is it regular?
I don't know. I'm gonna try and see on Instagram if he's got it posted yet.
That still cracked me up.
This is 2 weeks ago. It was posted. Let's see if it's. Yeah, this first test day. Okay, we're gonna see the back of the car. I'm watching through this clip.
Lie.
Yeah, they made a S13 Ti.
It's pretty good. And he's just such an intimidating driver, I feel like, when you go against him. This is,
to me, it looks like it's shortened, but it's like a solid piece. It you can tell it's a lot more care gone into it, not in between rounds.
yeah.
Like, because last year you could tell when it was chopped that like the logos that were across the quarter got misaligned.
That's funny. Yeah, it looks like it looks like he's doing the chopped thing this year. So, yeah, made the new build compact. Dude, that's hilarious. At least from what he's building a new car. It's back to normal. No more compact. Oh, okay. So chat's saying it's not compact anymore. That's funny. He's building a new car. Okay. People are split on it. They're saying in between 1 and 5 and 5 and 10. So I think I'm going to do my judgment call, and I'm going to put him in 2 to 5.
Yeah, that's where I would put him. He's super consistent. The only time I ever really see him mess up in the last handful of years is when he has a mechanical issue.
Yeah. Would you put him over Jack?
I don't know. Just Jack was what, third in the championship last year?
Yeah.
I think it could go either way.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
What does chat think?
King Denman says Lowry over Jack. Don't know. We'll have a top 5 discussion at the end, but
yeah,
I just thought I'd bring it up. A little preview. We got to keep rolling here.
All right. Who's next?
10 to 20. Next one is Marco Zaccaril, Mr. 4-cylinder himself.
Is he still running that?
I would assume so. He was pretty dedicated to it last year. Dude's crazy. He's like, I blow it up, I have 10 others.
That's wild. Yeah, looking at the website, 2023 was 14th, then 24 went down to 25th, and then last year was 12th.
Yeah, so a little bit all over the place. I think he's a really good driver. I know one of the events specifically, he lost because he lost an engine.
Yeah, I think he qualified really well that event too, and lost the engine in 32.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think he lost engines in multiple rounds, actually.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's going to be his biggest hurdle is reliability with that. And depending on how that goes, that'll if that holds together, I think he can definitely
crack a top 10.
I think so, but I think the safe place is 10 to 20.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think he's like a really good driver, but I don't know what they're. I mean, I was talking to Jacob about it. The reason they go with the 4-cylinder is because they can get them like dirt cheap, apparently, or they have a crap ton of them because they work with Volkswagen stuff at their shop or something. I don't know. I can't remember why they do it, but they do it because of a cost reason, and apparently they can make good power. So we'll see. I think the car is just a ticking time bomb, and I think that's going to be what holds them back from getting into the top 10. So I'll probably put him. I might even put him first in the 11th spot for now, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stick him in the 10 to 20 range. Even though, actually, you know what? No, chat's saying that's not that many votes though, but chat was saying 5 to 10. Well, there's a 10 to 20 vote. Yeah, I'm gonna go 10 to 20. I'm just gonna go based off my feelings on that one.
Yeah, I'd say purely on the history of his reliability of his car.
Yeah. All right, I have to remember how I do this. So it's this way, and then this way, and then this way, and this way. Yeah, you gotta do it the really dumb way. This. All right, cool. Mika Keski Korpi, another E92 guy. Here's the green car, if I remember correctly.
Let's see.
Is it F22? Now that you say that, I think I'm trying to remember. It is an F22. Okay.
It says F22.
Oh yeah, just say F22.
Almost. Thing. Okay, it is F22. I was watching a clip on his Instagram, and for a split second, it did look like it was an F22 front and rear on an E92.
Is that what it is?
I don't think so. I think it's just an F-22.
Yeah. Let's see. He finished. Dude, where did he finish? Oh, there it is. 13th. 13th last year. I think it's a pretty good year for him, personally.
Yeah, definitely progressed. 23, 30, he was 34th. 24, he was 16th. And then 25, he was 13th.
Yeah, you had a really good round one, and then the rest of the year was kind of not great. So I think sorry. That is Itai today that I'm looking at. Sorry. No, Mika is much more consistent than Itai was. Not like crazy consistent, but he had a couple 32 losses in there. It is interesting. He's all the way up in 12th, but got knocked out on 32 3 times. Just had a couple pretty good rounds. Yeah, I think 13's probably a ceiling for him. I don't think he's cracking top 10 from my standpoint. Definitely got some people in chat that think he's a 5 to 10 range. Interesting. He's a good driver. I don't know if I have him in that top 10 range. Although we do need to start adding drivers in that 5 to 10 range. Now to think about it.
Yeah.
We got some very interesting drivers ahead, though, that I think will go in there.
I'm curious. Yeah, I think.
Now chat's going 10 to 20.
Yeah, I think 10 to 20. Probably on the higher end, though, of 10 to 20. Maybe not the top, but upper few.
You think you have him ahead of Ite?
Probably next to.
Gotcha. Man, I messed this up. Whoops. Let me do this again. Okay, Cascade copy. All right, so we want to put them. Did you say ahead or behind? I already forgot.
Next to. I think it could be either way.
Yeah, in that area. That's right. That's where I'm kind of putting them. Yeah, right behind Ite. All right, next we got Nasser Allah Harbali. I always forget how to say his name. He's been a what? Yeah, he's been wild card a couple times. You might have. Did he do a full season? I can't remember. I know he's been a wild card a couple times.
Last year he was a wild card. The year before he did a full season.
That's
if I'm
right.
not mistaken.
And then I think he had a bunch of issues
in his S13, and now he's in a Z.
I did see that, which is a move.
I think his main car in the Middle East has been a Z for a long time now, whether it's a 350 or 370, and they just built the not 400.
Is it not a 400?
I mean, it's all new Z or whatever you want to call it. The unofficially 400. It's a 400Z, but basically Nissan doesn't call it a 400Z.
Really?
They just call it the new Z.
Okay, weird. I didn't know that. Yeah, because I have his thing pulled up. It's a pretty sick looking car. There she is right there. Let's see, where did he? Yeah. And I feel like I remember he's had a couple of like solid events where he's looked pretty good.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he's driver. Yeah, I just don't know if he's cracking top 20 with a Z. I'm a little bit of a Z hater.
I think
but Cody can prove me wrong, so
that's what he's
probably has the loudest car too. Yeah.
24. Yeah, he just puts that V8 on limiter.
Yeah, and it's a blower V8, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, he's always making at least 1,100.
Yeah, pretty crazy colors usually. Car looks good though.
Yeah, that looks cool. On big dished wheels too.
Yeah, I'm very, very, very curious to see how he does. I don't think chat seems to think he's not that we have a ton of votes, but I don't think he's cracking top 20.
I think he can.
Yeah, you can. You think he's 10 to 20 range?
Because I don't know if he did a full. I don't know if he's. I want to say he signed up for the full season a couple years ago, but ended up missing a couple rounds.
Yeah,
but I don't remember exactly if that's what happened or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, his listed power on the website's 1,100.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah. I mean, in chat, King Denman kind of says what I'm thinking. Like Nassar just isn't very consistent. Like he's a very, he throws it out there a lot. Like he's very aggressive and will do crazy stuff, but he just doesn't. He kind of lacks the consistency from what I have seen of him, and that's in like I feel like in Drift Masters you just need that. But chat's saying to 10 to 20. You're saying 10 to 20. I'll put him at the very back of 10 to 20.
I don't think that's fair. All right, let's see.
All right, here's a fun one. Nicholas Bertans. Mr. Knickknack. I'm calling him Knickknack because I don't want to spill all of his name.
I think top 10.
Wow. That would be Rookie of the Year right there. You think he's the guy to beat for Rookie of the Year?
I mean, he's had success in RDS. He's had success in other European championships. I think he's won as a wild card, if not for sure podiumed as a wild card at Latvia.
Yeah.
And that was in a combination of either his just LS3 E36 or Kristaps' old FD E92. And I'm pretty sure they just built a fresh one for him for this year.
I mean, it's not going to be slow. But
yeah, I think he'll be top 10. Plus, he's been driving since he's 11.
Yeah, I have a hard time putting him in the top 10. Oh man. Would you put him? So you put him over Harry Kerr? I have Harry Kerr in 10 to 20 range.
I think so.
Dang. Got some confidence in him. Oh man. And is it E92 or is it E46?
I'm pretty sure it's E92.
Yeah.
Because he was driving Kristaps' car throughout last year. And
yeah.
I've been watching their socials this year, and they've been doing that build series on an E92, and I'm 95% sure that's what he's going to be driving is a fresh like HGK E92 Eurofighter.
Yeah. Just trying to be if I'm convinced to put him in that 5 to 10 range, because it's a pretty high bar. I know obviously he got third the one round, but I feel like that was a little bit of luck as well, if I remember correctly. Man. Interesting. I don't know if I can though. That's tough. It's a tough one.
Yeah,
who else would I put?
Looking at his Instagram, 2025 FIA IDC champion, 23 Lithuania Drift King, 22-23 NEZ Drift Champion, 22 Iron Drift King, 21 IDC Vice Champion, and 2020 Baltic Champion.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. Kid can drive.
All right. You might convince me. You might put him in like the 10 spot. It's pretty high though. It's freaking high. Oh, speaking of,
If he were in his E36, I think it would be 10 to 20. But I know he's got the car to support it now, and it's like 900 plus with nitrous on a LS.
All right. That's what you guys are saying. We got another interesting one. Paul Korpelinski got 4th last year. Look up what he did the previous years, though, because I feel like that's a bit higher than he normally does.
24, he got 5th, and then 23, he was 12th.
All right. Do you think he stays in the top 5? That is the question.
I know he's in a fresh car. I think it's a new version of the same thing, just refined.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he's still S chassis. I don't know if he's changing power plant or not.
I don't know why you would. It's supposed to work pretty good for him. Go with 20 plus.
Yeah, it's still JZ. Okay. Yeah, I can see him. I don't know if I'd do 2 to 5, but top 10 I can see.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy where I would put him above Bertas or Bertens.
Yeah,
put him above. But it's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, chat's saying 5 to 10. Early votes are saying 5 to 10. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd probably put him above Yuha. I'd put him above Passer too. All right. I'll start with that. Actually, let's start this over again. All right. Moving on. Oliver Randalou. I feel like he's a big wild card for this year.
Yeah. Last year he was 8th. 24 he was 15th, and 23 he was 16th.
Yeah, I think he had a really good year last. He had a good start.
Yeah, he won. Was it Spain?
Yeah. So got off to a really good start. Kind of faded, but I feel like he was always around.
Yeah, I think he was always either top 8 or top 16 finishes.
Yeah, and the car is super fast. That was one thing I remember seeing him in Mondello. Car was ripping.
Yeah. M50, E46.
Yeah, going with the BMW power. Yeah, that's right. Owen's one of the best sounding cars. Yeah, I'd agree. That the thing sounds pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm like on the fence of like 5 to 10 and 10 to 20.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think who I'm still, because I'm trying to somewhat keep the numbers relatively correct-ish.
Yeah.
I gotta check something real quick. Oh no. I keep feeling that I don't know if Knickknack's staying in top 10 for me. There's some good drivers still that we haven't gone over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a good few left.
Okay, so here's the question. Would you have him above Knick-knack.
Hmm.
Because I feel like that's the question, right?
Yeah.
Because I would. I have him above Knick-knack.
Yeah, I think just purely off of experience.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Like
because this is going to be
Knick-knack has a
Knick-knacks
bunch of experience, but
at one track.
Oliver has a bunch of experience in Drift Masters.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to put him. I think number wise we'll end up knocking him back. Knick-knack if he stays where he's at.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Oh, this will be a fun one. Simon Olsen.
Simon gels with S chassis.
Yeah. Dude. And just kind of talking to him, like apparently this car that he is driving is one of the best drift cars he's ever driven. And that's a guy that's driven Odie's S chassis. So that's pretty good praise.
Well, I think between Odie's S chassis and James's, those are probably the two best S chassis in the world.
Yeah. So I'm like, and we've seen what he can do in FD. Now, to be fair, most of these tracks are going to be new for him. So there's that.
I think it depends on his learning curve with the tracks and everything. He did well in Mondello. I remember that.
Yeah, he got a 16 and then lost to Vicek.
Yeah, which I mean that's no slouch at all to lose to.
Right, yeah. He's pretty good.
Just a little good.
Yeah.
S15
KJ says 14th. Interesting.
I can see 10 to 20 for sure. Just
mid-pack 10 to 20 or higher end, you think?
I think it just depends. Like there's so many different variables. Like we know he can do it, we know the car can do it. It's the mixing him and that car, and then how quickly can he learn those tracks? Because I've heard some stuff that in Drift Masters they get even less practice than we do in FD. So
yeah, it's weird. They have groups and it's not for very long. Yeah, they don't. It depends. For example, round one, they it's only the 2 days, so they practice and then qualify on the same day. I think rest of the rounds, except for Poland, they practice the day before, and then they practice again, and then qualify the next day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. Chat's saying 10 to 20. I would say, like, the problem I'm having is Knick-knack. Because I don't know if I want to put him ahead of Knick-knack, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and put him like Mika, Keska, Korpi, Jakob Paskolski range.
Yeah, I think that's a safe place with the ability to go higher, depending on how quickly he can pick things up there.
Yeah, I'm really excited for him though. I think
it's going to be a cool opportunity for him for sure.
Very interesting to see how he does. All right, the big one. Peter Vicek. Is this his year?
I think if James doesn't win it this year, Peter is.
Yeah, I mean, he basically ran away with the championship last year and then literally got crashed out of an event by a competitor, and then car died on him the last round of the series, and that was the only reason he didn't win last year. So, also, Google does not let me spell your name. It's like, what are you doing with these vowels? They don't go this way.
Yeah, 2023 he was 4th. 24 he had a rough year and was 12th. Or sorry, yeah, 23 was 4th. 24 was 12th. Last year was 2nd.
Yeah, and then he's won in the past.
Yeah, he's what, 2 or 3 times he's won.
Yeah, so
and they have that super dialed.
Dude, it's disgusting. Watching that thing in person last year, I'm just like, what in the hell is this car doing?
Dude, I want to make it out to a Drift Masters round at some point in my life because, like, I feel like video just doesn't do those cars justice.
No, it's like, it's tough because they're faster than FD cars.
Yeah,
but like
you go to FD and you're like, oh, these cars are moving, and I feel like if you go to Drift Masters, it's like, holy shit, these things are fast.
Yeah, they're faster than FD cars, but they don't look faster than FD cars because they're not doing the crazy chassis manipulations to go.
Around.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like FD cars from video, FD cars look faster because you see a lot more chassis movement in the cars because you need the chassis grip because the tire grip isn't there. Because the tires are so grippy in Drift Masters, you don't see crazy chassis movement as near as much in FD. So they actually look slower in video than they are.
Yeah, and I'm curious. I don't know if he's built yet another chassis.
He has a bunch.
I've heard he's got so many of those.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure it's a new chassis. But yeah, I mean, like, I think he's got like quite a few of them.
Because I know the one that they built, because they built one last year, like for last year, and then it got totaled round 1.
Yep. So
they had the backup car there, from what I heard, but because of rules, they couldn't run it.
Yeah, Ian says they have 4.
Yeah. I've heard more than that, but
yeah, I've heard 7.
Well, probably after the loss of the one last year, it probably is 4 now.
Yeah. Yeah, where would you put him in the top 5? I'm
ahead of Jack and Laurie for sure.
Yeah. So we'll just stick them there for now. We'll do one more poll at the end, see what people want as number 1. But Temu Sunma, one of the guys I don't know.
I am not familiar with him either. Let me do a little.
Oops. But one of the new guys this year, rookie. I guess this is one where I'm going to rely on Chad a little bit. Does he crack the top 20? Because I feel like I would have heard of him if he was going to be a guy.
I can tell you right now, it is an E46.
Well, that's good.
It is a rebodied E46, which is promising. Not saying that the newer stuff isn't, but everyone knows how good an E46 is. It has a F22 body kit on it.
Gotcha. Another F22 deal.
Yeah. It looks good.
I mean, they do look good. I think dude's got a sick rig.
Yeah, that bus is sick.
The wrap on that thing, so good.
Yeah, the wrap matching the car.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. I don't know enough about him to really give a fair placement. Is this a Germany wild card? Is that what that says?
Yeah, no. Definitely I'm very curious to see how he drives. I'm just gonna put him in 20 plus just because I don't know him, and I guess we'll kind of see from there. At least a couple people think he'll crack the top 20, but
Yeah, he got. So if he only did, I don't know if he only did wild card in Germany or not. But he got 16 points last year.
yeah, just so that would have been a 32.
I think
Exit.
so.
So he qualified,
Yeah.
which is good. But I'm gonna go ahead and just stick him in the 20 plus range. Happy to be proved wrong though,
Yeah, for sure.
because I feel like I know a lot of the at least higher level drivers that aren't in the series. Yves Meyer, old FD buddy.
Is he still in a?
I think he's in the Supra. He drives the white Supra, if you remember.
Yeah.
I think it's white, right?
I think it was blue last year.
Or blue. No, you're right. Yeah. No, Matt Field was in the white Supra. Yeah, blue Supra. So I assume it's the same chassis.
Yeah, Toyota Supra GR.
Does he crack? Because I don't remember what he did last year. I know he wasn't 28th.
2024 he was 37th, and last year he was 33rd.
Yeah, so
I think there were a couple rounds where he was on the bubble for qualifying and ended up not making it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see him going past the top 20.
Yeah, it's like I think he'll make an improvement, but I don't know if it'll be a dramatic improvement. I'd be happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
But, curious.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, Jet's saying the same thing, so we're going to stick him. I think I'll stick him towards the top of it, but I'm just going to do that for now. All right, cool. Alan Hines. This will be a fun one.
Alan's the homie.
Yeah. Yeah. Also driving a sick car.
Yeah.
He qualified really good in Poland, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when he and the result in Poland kind of shows kind of how tired his S14 was.
Yeah. No. Like I mean, I was there when he crashed it. I was like, brother, that's a bad hit.
Yeah.
That was rough.
I don't know. I want to say 10 to 20. I would say, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, based on qualifying,
talent-wise, I know he's top 10, but
yeah,
it's just circumstantial, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, the car is there, so for me, it's learning the new tracks. It's kind of the same discussion as like an Olsen, obviously he's got experience at Poland and then Ireland on Dello, but the other tracks, I'm not sure if he's driven. It's a pretty similar car to Simon's and whatnot. So I think 10 to 20 is fair. It's probably I would have him in the lower section of 10 to 20 though. But I think he's a guy that would be very interesting to see where he ends up at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 10 to 20 to be safe for sure.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I think he'll have some good results in there, but there might be some some situations that happen.
Yeah. Can't always control everything. Assuming what how would you compare him with Harry Kerr? That's a fun question.
Well, I know what was it, 2024? They battled each other all year for the Irish Championship, and Allen got it.
Did he?
Yeah, I'd say pretty close to each other.
All right. I'll stick them next to each other just for the hell of it. I think Harry's just a hair more aggressive.
Yeah, Allen's a lot more of a calculated driver for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Benedictus Cherba. I think he had a rough year last year. 25th.
Yeah, and he's in a new car, which I think he drove in OADC, if I'm not mistaken.
It's the G87, right?
Yeah.
But is it rebodied or is it actually G87?
No, it's an actual one. Well, I think it's technically it's a non-M chassis, but
okay.
it's all the same essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, what have you looked at suspension on one of those?
They're pretty much this, like arm lengths are different slightly, but they're pretty much the same as like E92, A90, all that stuff.
Gotcha.
It's like I know like E90, E9X and like 1 Series are identical to each other, just different track. Oh no, I think the subframes are even interchangeable.
Really?
But like F22 is similar geometry but slightly different arm lengths, and then yeah, it's pretty much the same basis more or less for modern BMW stuff from like 2006 to now. It's just slightly different arm lengths.
This is a sick car. Jeez, with the red headlights, it looks sick. No, it's very cool. I'm digging it. It's very boxy.
Yeah, it's a mean looking car.
Yeah, that front bumper is pretty sweet. Do you think he hits the 10 to 20 range? I feel like he does.
I think so. I think
he had a bad year last year.
He did have a rough year last year.
Finished 25th.
I think he was fighting some mechanical stuff last year.
Yeah.
I would say upper end of 10 to 20.
Okay. That's quite the move up.
His 23 he was 11th, 24 he was 10th, and then last year he was 25th.
Yeah.
So if he goes back to his former self, I think he can be up there.
All right, let's toss him in the 10 to 20. We have a lot of guys in this.
There's a lot of 10 to 20. There's definitely more than 10 people in 10 to 20.
But they're all pretty good. There's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of people at this level,
yeah,
they'll have a round or two that they'll do really well, and then they'll have like a bunch of okay rounds,
I mean, that just goes to show the level that drifting is at. Like,
yeah. No, I agree. Here's a fun one. Clint Van Ort.
S14 still.
This car always sounds wild. Yeah, just one of those guys that he's been in it for a minute now, I feel like.
I don't know if he's running the same livery as OIDC, but that thing is sick.
Finished 28 last year. Not a good year last year for him.
No, 23 was 33rd. 24 was 22. Last year was 28th.
Yeah. So it hasn't finished above recently, at least not above the top 20. So I guess
I think upper end of 20 to 37.
Yeah, we got to start putting some of these guys in 20 to 37. So
yeah,
I think he's
just
somewhat of
historically speaking, because I know he's had some higher finishes for sure, but
yeah, I think I'm just gonna send it. Like I said, time wise, we gotta move. So
yeah.
Oh, I already messed it up. Let's try this again. All right. Here's a fun one. Connor Falvey.
So 17th and 24, and then 10th last year.
Showing flashes of brilliance, I feel like.
Yeah.
But does he have the car to do it? Or this, or not even
so,
the
because didn't James's brother go through his car last year or this offseason, I think
so. And like for him it's also the consistency.
Yeah.
You know, like young driver, very aggressive.
Yeah, learning when to take risks versus all the time is a big thing.
Yeah, and you know, this is where we get to that question: is he better than Nick?
I think, I think put him where Nick Neck is, and then move Nick Neck down to the top of 10 to 20.
All right, I agree. I think, and then we can start getting into the conversation of Randaloo, Yuha, Vasseur. I think that's where an interesting discussion would be.
Yeah, there's so many of these guys that are just really good.
Yeah,
it's interesting because like FD is like for the most part American drivers, so it's an international series with a lot of national drivers, whereas
right.
I feel like Drift Masters is like an all-stars of Europe.
Yeah.
Like it's a continental series.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure every one of these guys is a champion or close to a champion for their national series.
Exactly. Yeah, speaking of champions, Connor Shanahan. Anyone got some hot takes here? I mean, we're just going to go ahead and stick them in 1 to 5. I don't even think that's really a question.
Yeah.
Because
unless he's got some mechanical issues.
Which he's had in the past.
Yeah, because 24, how do you do 24? I don't remember. Okay, yeah. 123, 4th and 24. One last year.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say top 5. Yeah. I don't know if he goes back to back. Obviously has the talent to, just won Long Beach. And this year his car, I feel like with running with Jerry is a lot different.
Yeah.
Because I know the Jerry car could make a lot of power. And with it being VR, I'm sure the power band is very different.
Yeah. No, I feel like this is a pretty easy one though. We'll stick them in 1 to 5, and we'll do a poll at the end, and have some fun. All right, Dave Egan. Does he make it into the top 20? Because he got 40th last year. He says the Supra is way better. Do you believe him?
I do, but how much better is it?
Right.
I'm like, I don't know. Like, I know Dave can drive. It's the how does he do with the mental side of competition?
Yeah, and he's on. He's having like just weird issues. I feel like he was breaking all kinds of stuff last year. So I feel like he needs the reliability in practice as much as then like because I just feel like he never got enough practice before
Yeah.
Qualifying, and that's what dinged him a lot of the times.
Yeah, I think seat time in that car would put him up for sure. I'm kind of thinking the 20 plus though.
Yeah, I'd stick him around the Espen Road area. That's kind of what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. Hopefully it gets better for Dave, but
Yeah.
kind of where I'm at. All right. David Sposab. Was he a full season driver last year? He was.
Yeah, he was
Missed around.
2023, he was 42. Would imagine he did a partial season.
Yeah.
24, he was 24th, and 25, he was 26th, and had the same amount of points in 24 as last year.
Yeah. So does he break the top 20? I'm going to say no just because we have to start saying no at some point.
Yeah.
But again, it's just one of those things. I'm feeling.
I would probably go above Dave, but below Espen.
Gotcha. Do a really quick poll just to make sure that there's not a bunch of people that are like, no, he's like top 10. But yeah, so you were thinking 20. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that was the thing when I did the livery thing. Everyone looked at like the order, and I didn't do an order with the liveries. I just kind of put them in their spot and then sent it. And now I'm trying to like kind of somewhat do an order.
Yeah, at least a rough order.
Yeah, not perfect. All right, Diago Correa, another interesting guy.
Yeah, still in an E92. I'm pretty sure I saw earlier today they put an F30 front end on it.
Really?
So it's like the Sorensen's type front end, but it's still E92 rear.
Yeah, he's an interesting one because he's had some really good years in the past.
Yeah, 2023 he finished 8th, but then 24 he was 32nd, and last year he was 27th.
Yeah, so it's very interesting guy. I feel like he can have a really good season, and then he's had bad seasons. So I don't when I have seen him, I haven't seen like super exciting.
Yeah,
like, he's not like a super. I don't know, like aggressive driver. He doesn't stand out, and like he seems consistent when I've seen, but he's not like a guy that's gonna wow you for any reason.
Yeah. I'd probably put him maybe above Spusub, but below Espen.
Yeah, it seems like a solid point to where I was thinking too. I'm gonna look up this car real quick. Diago.
It looks cool. Like that front end with the
weird.
E92 rear, like oddly works.
That is weird. Holy smokes. I don't know if you guys have seen this car. Check that out. That is wild, dude. Very round overs, or one of those wire overs, or just seems to fit pretty good. It's a little weird around the headlight, but cool helmet.
Yeah, the livery looks good.
Dude, a lot of these liveries look good. I'm excited to do a livery one for Drift Masters. It won't be for like another month because the next month is going to be crazy. But,
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
but
One of Drift was what this weekend?
sorry, what was that?
Drift Masters Italy.
Yeah, Italy's this weekend. Italy's this weekend, and it's next. And then the weekend after that, it's Spain.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm home 4 days this month.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, it'll definitely be fun, but
yeah, a lot of planes.
There'll definitely be a point where it's like, I kind of want to sleep in my own bed.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So we're looking at 20 plus, and like you were saying, do you say in between Sposub and Road?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. Alrighty. Down to the two last people, but these are interesting ones. Dwayne McKeever driving something else than what he was originally doing. I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, his
driving for Drift New Racing Team, which look like S15s. I mean, probably Jay-Z. So
when I saw someone take a screenshot of one of the stories, and it looked like it was the Lucky Day S13 that James built. I don't know if that's the case.
I mean, it's got the same kid on it.
It was definitely a Jay-Z in the picture that was posted.
Yeah. Is this the year?
Yeah, last year he had a very rough year for him. 23 he was 6th, 24 he was 2nd, and then last year he was down to 20th. I definitely think top 5. Looking at the top 5 we have,
yeah,
you know, if I put honestly, hot take, I would put him above Laurie. He'll get like top 10 100%, but I can see like him and Dwayne kind of switching out for each other.
That's Oh man, it's an interesting one. I'm pretty confident in Dwayne that he's not in an RB. He's driving his car. It's not James' car. It's not.
The car got sold to someone. I don't know who.
Yeah.
So it could. I don't know if it is the case, but it could be the case that team bought the car and then Dwayne is driving it for that team.
Yeah, because it says Drift New Racing signs Dwayne McKeever for the 2026 season. So curious.
Yeah, I wish I had that screenshot of that story that I saw.
Because what it does. Oh, okay, never mind. So, if you look at the pictures on his, so he joins the team, but it's his car. But my question is it still RB powered, or is it Jay-Z?
The one that I saw on a screenshot of Dwayne's story was Jay-Z.
Gotcha. Because the guy that his teammate is going to be driving the S15, who we'll get to. A guy I never heard of, but he's driving a sick car. Okay. Interesting.
Either way, whether it's Jay-Z or RB, his car or another 180, similar components either way. I think if he has the reliability, I think he's top 5.
Yeah, chat's like right in the middle. 1 to 5 and 5 to 10. Oh man, yeah. Because I just don't see him having another terrible season.
No.
I think I'm gonna have him 5 to 10 because it is his car.
Like top of 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's my problem right now. It is still his car, and I don't know if I'm assuming it's going to be RB, which is if it's RB, then it's going to be a problem one of these rounds. Which brings me to Enver Haskasap, who is the teammate driving the S15.
Look him up. I don't know much about him.
Neither do I. Or how to say his name. Haskasap? I have no idea. Colin says he posted a photo with the Jay-Z in his car. So
that's what I saw.
So we'll see. He did, to be fair.
Someone had shared that picture. I didn't see it directly.
Yeah,
but...
to be fair, I feel like he also broke the Jay-Z car that he drove last year, too.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about him.
So apparently he drove a few years back. But gotcha. So it's a lucky day.
23-24 rally champ. But what rally? There's a lot of rallies.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. I mean, chat's saying 20 plus. He's a top driver in Cyprus, Turkey region, but can't be compared to the rest of Europe. Interesting.
I think 20 plus is probably just the safe space.
Yeah, standard. Yeah, that's what chat says. So, again, I have no idea what the range is for some of these guys. So, it's just going to be what it is. In the bottom here for some of these guys, I just don't know them. Now, on to the fun part. All right, I can only put 4 guys in here, which is a crime. So we got to pick 4 of these guys to put in the poll for who wins. And do we not include Jack or Lori?
I want to say Laurie. I don't know why. It's just there's no logic behind it.
So you want to include Laurie? Is what you're
No,
saying?
no. Yeah,
You include Jack.
yeah. Include Jack.
All right. Let's see what the chat says. Yeah, because I don't want to give spoilers. I know I was pretty hyped on James. I think this is Peter's year. Just with how much he dominated last year when his car worked
Yeah.
in qualifying. I assume they're not going to do that silly battle thing this year.
Yeah, I think I saw something that said they were done with that.
Yeah. So,
which makes sense because it's just a lot of extra risk for what, 2 points or 3 points,
something like that. Yeah.
Just do standard points for qualifying, and then
yeah, chat's saying Peter as well. So I'm gonna agree, and all right, yep. Let's rock with that because I got to end the show off here because it's freaking late already. All right, we got Peter at 1. We have. Would you say Connor over James? I would probably put James over Connor.
I would say James over Connor this year.
Okay.
I think Connor's gonna want to do well in both, but I think this year he's gonna be gunning for the FD championship.
All right, I agree. So we got Peter, James, Connor, Jack, Lori, Dwayne, Korpolinski, Kevin Passer, Yuha, Rintanen, Oliver Randalou, Connor Falvey, Nick Knack, Marco, Itai, Simon Olson, Mika Keskakorpi, Jakob. All right, I'm not going to go through everyone, but yeah. So those are your top 15. I'll definitely take a screenshot of this and make sure post it. But yeah, I pretty much agree with this list. I think the one guy that I think is a bit higher than what I probably put is Nick Knack. I'd probably put him lower. I'd probably put him
6 and 5 to 10.
Yeah. Yeah, well, who would you take out? I'm probably taking out Randalou.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
With him ahead of Nick Knack.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dumb. I messed that up. I have to go to the beginning. It's like counterintuitive. But eventually it'll work. I'm not going to do the math for the 10 to 20. I'm just, is what it is.
10 to 20-ish.
Ish, yeah, right. All right, cool. Yeah, no, I think, but other than that, I'm pretty much in alignment with this system here. No, this is fun though. It was a good time. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah,
I was like,
I had fun.
everyone else was either busy or didn't know much about Drift Masters, and like, I don't know how I'm going to help. Like, that's fine. I enjoy it.
I watch when I can.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's like wake up at 8 a.m. and sometimes I'll fall back asleep. So that's part of the reason why like half of them I've only seen like a couple battles. Is like I'll turn 32 on, fall asleep, and then wake up and be like, oh crap, I'm missing it, and then be able to catch 16.
Right. Yeah. So I don't think I don't think I'm curious what the internet's going to say, but I think it's a pretty solid list. So I want to say thank you, buddy, for coming on. Give me a 1, 2, 3 for Italy.
Me or chat?
You.
Oh,
you. 1, 2, 3. It's a big track. Very big track.
I think James will be top 3. I don't know if he'll win. Um,
See, for me, I feel like this
I
benefits
think
FD
James.
people.
I was gonna say like James, Peter, Dwayne, or James, Peter, Jack.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like this would be a fun track with Jack.
Like in no particular order though.
Yeah,
I think that'll be top 3.
I think we're gonna have someone pop out. Like, last year in Spain, it was like Itai,
Yeah, it was
Oliver Randalou.
Randalou, Ite, and
It might have
I
been
think
Corpora.
Connor. I think Connor was 3rd.
Shanahan.
I think so.
Yeah, but so I'm kind of looking in the middle, and it's a new track for most of the guys. You know who low key might have a really good year or a really good event? Simon Olsen.
No, Kevin Pisser got 3rd.
That's right. Because
Um,
I feel like this is kind of a track that he would excel at.
yeah, I could see Simon doing well there. Because it's
be interesting.
When you think about it, it's like the track that James and Simon were testing on, but bigger.
Right? Yeah, way bigger. Like way bigger.
It's like similar, like sweeper into
Yeah.
Manji, into a sweeper, into a hairpin, into acceleration.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah, Josh.
Any and all of this.
Yeah, Josh made a good point. He's like, I feel like we haven't seen tire life being an issue at all in Drift Masters, but this track, maybe this track we will. Interesting. And he's like, how is Tire Life Valino versus Extreme versus Estino? Which I don't know.
I thought I heard something about Extremes not being in it anymore. Because I think they banned retreads.
Really? Interesting.
I could be wrong, or they were talking about it. Somebody told me that. I don't remember who it was, or if they were saying, oh, they're thinking about doing this, or they are doing this.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
But if that's the case, that makes things even more interesting.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for me, it's I think it's hard not to have Peter and James in there, but I'm trying to think of someone interesting to put in that 3rd spot. I'm gonna go Connor Falvey. I'll go Connor Falvey in there. I think Peter's winning, James in the final, Falvey's getting 3rd. So
yeah,
we'll see.
See that happening.
We'll see.
That's the beauty of drifting is anything can happen.
Exactly. Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I think actually, do I have the track? Yeah, I have the track map here real quick. Is it going to show up? Show up, please. Oh, we're not going to show up, huh? Okay, that's cool. Whatever. It's a new software. I'm still figuring it out. Give me a break. Oh, there it is. I must have selected the program. Yeah, because I was bringing over cars and it wasn't showing up on here, so I have to figure out why I was doing that. But oh well, I'll figure it out later. All right, Nick, what are you doing this year? Because obviously you're not doing FD. So what's the big plan for you this year?
Doing fun stuff, just kind of regrouping the program and everything.
Yeah.
I'm still. Grid Life Atlanta is next week, and I still don't know if I'm driving it yet. So,
all right.
Either way, I'll be there. And then Hyperfest is the weekend after that. We will be there.
Yeah.
So we're trying to do those Grid Life in Gingerman, Grid Life Laguna, maybe some CMD, some clutch kickers. I'm not sure what's going on with clutch kickers. And then some other fun stuff throughout the year. LS Fest East.
Oh yeah. So still still doing some fun competition stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still driving, still making content and filming stuff and
Hell yeah.
having fun. Trying to bank up some YouTube videos so I can start uploading on a regular basis.
Yeah, that'd be sick, dude. It's hard.
Yeah,
Trust me. I
yeah.
know.
We got an LME engine, and user error ended up smoking the crank on that.
Oh wow.
We forgot to put the scatter shield between the bell housing and the engine, so the input shaft pushed the crank forward and just ate up the thrust bearing. And I was hoping it wouldn't have damaged the crank, but it did. But
damn.
I think we just throw a new crank and some bearings in it, and I think it'll still be okay.
Yeah. Jeez.
But yeah, so our first like 3 videos that we made were the whole process of switching those out.
Yeah.
And then now we're putting the 5.3 that was in the car back into the car. So,
oh gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah.
So,
well, like I said, huge thank you for coming on, man. It was a lot of
thanks
fun.
for having me.
And
It was a fun time.
Yeah, hopefully people enjoyed it. And like I said, if you disagree, let us know. If you agree, let us know. And yeah, that's good. We're gonna end it off here. So thank you everyone for checking it out. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. All right. And